Dub C here, we're back with another Survival Saturday. Back here on a Friday night doing a solo overnight to work on my shelter. The shelter's got walls 1 and 2 complete. Now I'm going to try and work on getting 3 and 4 done this weekend. While I'm working on the shelter, I want to review some gear. So the first thing I want to do a review on is the Teton Explorer 4000. This is a new backpack. The old trusty I had, the purple backpack, wasn't holding up on the longer hikes and the more intense terrain. So I wanted to upgrade. I'm going to check this one out, see how it's holding up so far, and show some of the features because I really enjoy it. Next item is, I believe, the Clicker Clacks, this hatchet multi-tool. This thing is awesome. I got it in the mega box from Jack of Trades in my last video. So I'll be using this to help build on my shelter, chop some wood, and show some of the multi-tool functions. It's a really cool item. Next item I got is breakfast. So I got a couple cool items. One is this Backpacker's Pantry hot peanut butter and raisin oatmeal cereal. It sounds pretty crazy. That's what I want to try it. Hot peanut butter. I don't know. I like peanut butter, so let's see if I like this. So, but the real cool thing is, so this is a 2011, I believe, biscuit. I wanted some biscuits and gravy. So Minotaur Trading Company's got some country gravy mix. I'll be mixing that up and having some biscuits and gravy with some this hot peanut butter and raisin oatmeal. But other than that, I'm gonna get a fire going, get camp set up, and then have some fun. Okay, I'm gonna keep it simple this weekend. I'm actually just gonna run the gear top tent with its own rain fly. The reason being is I want to save I got 2 potential tarps, rain flies I want to use for my shelter if it starts raining. I am expecting a little rain, possibly thunderstorms tomorrow, so I can use my rain flies over my shelter while I work, and then I can just use the rain fly that comes with it to set it up. So quick demonstration and solo setup, and we'll go campfire. Okay, time to get a fire going. I lost a lot of daylight, but it's all good because I'm not using a bow drill. I'm just gonna use some Minotaur Trading Company fire tinder, and then I have the Southern Survival. Basically, it's a whistle and a little ferro rod with a striker. Here's the whistle. Couldn't get it to really focus, so I turned the light on real quick. But just throw some tinder and that's birch bark, and we'll get a fire going real quick. So the little end comes off. It's a striker, and you got the ferro rod. And just throw the spark. Everything is kind of wet still from the rain. Get a little bit of rain, but should be able to get a fire going off this. I use a birch bark as the base. Here comes that rain I was worried about. Just started pouring down, so I had to take shelter in my tent real quick. At least I still got a good shot of the fire. Hopefully the fire stays going, but the rain's only picking up. So I might have to throw the flap down and stay dry. Luckily it stopped raining. I wasn't ready to be stuck in a tent for the night just yet. I wanted to enjoy the fire a little bit more. I'll be really excited to get a roof on the shelter behind me. That way I can just hang out in there if I had to. And then working on refurbishing a trapper stove my dad gave me to have in there and be able to keep warm with it, cook meals on it, and you know, have the fire inside. That way if it's raining outside, no big deal. Snowing outside, big winter storm, no big deal. That's what the purpose of the shelter is. That's what I'm working on. Glad the fire stayed going through the rain. But it seems like it's going to be all night. A little bit of thunderstorm, but nothing too major. Okay, it's morning time. Good news is I was able to stay dry within the tent. The gear top works great. This rain fly right here, that works awesome. One thing that I've always had a problem with is when you seal it up to keep dry, it gets really hot. What kind of makes me think though it might be a 4-season tent, because I'd like to see how it does like in the colder temperatures with that rainfly on it. I have it vented in a couple spots, but if you close those vents, I wonder if it would actually hold up in the wintertime. So I'll definitely be interested to check that out. But now it's time to get some breakfast, start working on this shelter. Okay, time for breakfast. So for breakfast, we're gonna have the Backpacker's Pantry hot peanut butter and raisin oatmeal cereal. It's 550 calories. Looks like it's 1 serving. Here's the nutrition facts. We have the, looks like the peanut butter is separate, so you take that out. Take 1 cup of water, let it sit. Pretty easy. I am using a new placemat, so I picked up a new placemat that rolls up really good. This is a silicone. My tarp was getting a lot of holes in it, sitting by the fire, so we'll see if this one holds up a little bit better. It has a higher degree in temperature tolerance, so I'm excited to see how it holds up. The next item I'm going to be having is some Minotaur Trading Company Country Gravy Mix with a 2011 MRE biscuit, because I love biscuits and gravy. And for coffee, I'm going to be drinking the pour over coffee. It's 100% Costa Rican. And this I got from Jack of Trades, but I believe Minotaur Trading Company has them on the website as well. Minotaur Trading Company might be selling the biscuit as a collector's item on the website, but I know they got the gravy mix. I'm excited to start making this breakfast up. The water's boiling up. Let's see if it's done. All right, the water's all done, so let's start making some food up. It's got the tear notch at the top. See what it looks like inside. I got to pull the oxygen absorber and the peanut butter out. So the peanut butter comes separately. Looks like it's from Peanut Butter Company, Smooth Operator. It's pretty cool. You have the oxygen tab you got to pull out. And it said add 1 cup of water. So we'll have 1 cup of water. Oh, it's hot. And burn myself in the process. We'll give it a good stir. It smells really good. You can see big raisins in there, so anybody that doesn't like raisins is probably not going to like this. But it'll make for a hearty breakfast. Once you get everything stirred up, take all the oxygen out, seal it, and you can actually shake it too. Time to make up the gravy mix. I'm really excited for this because I really enjoy the biscuits and gravy. I also enjoy the MRE pork sausage gravy, and it comes with the biscuit from 2011, but now we can have it just right here. So we got the mix. It says add 4 ounces of hot water, shake for 1 minute, and let stand for 2 minutes. So add some of the hot water. We'll give it a shake. All right, got the gravy mixed up, got the hot peanut butter and raisin oatmeal warming up. Time to make some coffee up. This is the pour over coffee. So just take it out, flip it on your cup. Kind of move the biscuits and gravy over for a second. Pull the lid. Now you got to be really careful with these, because if they fall in, you're gonna have a lot of grounds in your coffee. So you just got to take your time in pouring, and sometimes you even get a smaller item to pour them into. So if you pour too much, too fast, it'll turn it. I know from experience. I still drink the coffee, but I was like, man, got to be careful with those. And make sure it's secure on the sides. Look at that, just bruised in there. It's so cool. So we have the biscuit. This is from 2011 MREs, American MREs. I don't know if you've ever seen one of these, but they are awesome. They taste just like a biscuit. I mean, look at that. Now, if you don't have these and you want to get the country gravy mix, you could just make your own biscuits and bring them on your backpack. But I thought it'd be cool to show an MRE biscuit. And they smell wonderful. This one held up just fine. Definitely be putting some of the country gravy mix over that. You can even split these biscuits just by using the knife I'm just kind of putting them down. That way you can get the gravy on the smaller pieces and let it absorb up. Okay, the raisin oatmeal cereal is done. I like it a little bit thick, and I got my peanut butter. And it says just apply the peanut butter on top and then mix it in. So, I mean, this you could probably use like MRE peanut butter and make your own and kind of see how this is, but it's a nice way to get some extra protein and carbs and fats from the peanut butter. So that's really cool. So we'll get it in there and we'll mix it up. Alright, it's all mixed up. Let's go ahead and take a bite. Well, the name Hot Peanut Butter and Raisin Oatmeal Cereal definitely kind of scared me in the beginning. This is actually fantastic. Really enjoyable. The peanut butter blends with the oatmeal and the raisins. It reminds me of like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, which is, I really enjoy those. If you like peanut butter, you like raisins, you're going to love this. So, awesome breakfast main. Now I'm going to wash it down with some of this coffee. Coffee's all done. And now it is time for some biscuits and gravy. See if my gravy's all done up. Oh wow. Look at that. Pouring the gravy over there. It's really actually pretty thick. Got just the right amount of water, and look at that. There's nothing wrong with some biscuits and gravy by the campfire. I mean, just looks fantastic. Go ahead and give this a bite. Some of the gravy. Alright, this is downright amazing. It is biscuits and gravy. The gravy has nice savory flavor, the nice pepper. Tastes just like the base for the sausage gravy that goes on these. It is a perfect combination. And this biscuit is nice and flaky. Like I say, you could use your own biscuits if you don't have the MRE biscuits, but to be able to mix out country gravy out in the woods, that's awesome. I'm gonna finish up this hearty breakfast and start working on my shelter. It's time to bust out the Klecker Clacks axe or hatchet head multi-tool. Comes in this box, got some instructions, but we're good. Comes in this nice sheath. The sheath actually works both if you have the handle on it or not. Now the handle does come separately, but when Jack of Trade sent it my way, he sent the handle with it. You can actually put this on a stick if you modify it, put the notch in it just like this. It'll go on there just fine too. And I really like the sheath because it actually goes on while the handle's on too. So let's bust this thing out and see what multi-tool functions we have. And I think this looks awesome, really easy to carry and break down. So first thing, we got a hammer edge, which is really important because I do want to try and put one of my steaks in today. This is how to tighten it. You loosen it, this pops out like a spring, and then you can put it on your handle. This is a clip, so you can so you don't lose it. It's got some grip right here. It's really nice. It's like a hook cutter and a bottle opener, like a hex head. Looks like an inches for if you want to tighten down nuts and bolts. That's really cool. And then there's a function right here where you can actually put bits in, 1/4-inch bits, which I'll show that. Here's the knife edge. It's really sharp. So as far as like using it by hand, I'd say it's pretty awesome because it kind of functions just nice grip right here, and you got the knife right there, and it's super sharp. So I'm going to shave my steak in and pound it in the ground with it. And I'm going to notch this tree right here so I can have the steak kind of like go against it tighter. Because what happened last time is I notched it into the, or didn't notch it on the other walls, and it actually laid it where it was pretty loose when it comes to the smaller sticks. So if I notch it, it'd be good. And then you can also use it like this. So there's many ways you can use it, but the knife functions really nice. And like I said, it has a grip right here where you can put your finger and really just whittle this down. Now you can always put a better edge on the axe if you wanted to, if you can sharpen it with like a stone. This also is a measuring device, comes in metric in inches, so that's pretty interesting. But let's get on the handle and see what it's all about. It's got the little hole that actually seats against the handle right here. Before I put it on the handle, I'm just going to finish off the steak real quick and I'll speed this through. So really easy to use as a hand tool. Like I said, it fits my hand pretty good. Now also keep in mind this, you could do feathers on, for starters. You can create kindling with it. It's a nice edge, cleaned up pretty good. Like I said, it's pretty cool just by itself. But now we'll show a couple other things. So I got this is the Tactica. I got this in a P.O Box. Just wanted to show that some of the bit functions that go in that. So this thing's pretty cool. It's a lot of magnetic stuff, so you don't lose it. So all this is magnetic, and then this bit up top on here, that's magnetic too. So when you go to put it back in, it holds. And then this stuff, you just pop these out and you can see what they're all about. Not really focusing, but so this is what I was talking about as far as if you needed to use this as a screwdriver, you can put this in here. See that fits, and then if you had something to tighten up, you could actually tighten it up, or drive it down. This, as far as the screws or anything like that, you could actually use the axe for. And I thought that was a really cool function. All right, once you get the bit out, then you can actually have it all ready. Kind of closes back up, and then you put this in here, and this is the kind of like the multi-tool, which is really cool. And I'm going to show you why I got it out in just a second. So we are going to affix the handle on now. Trying to figure out, there we go. So first thing you want to do is loosen it up. And then you get the spring actuation, and it rotates and clicks down. This one does not click and is not spring fed, it's just on the screw on the other side. So you have to open it up until you get enough clearance. And like I said, there's adjustability. So if you have to use a stick, you can. And once you get it on this one, it actually has that post that it seats on. You want to make sure it seats on that, and then you can tighten it down. So this is really cool. It's quick and easy, but I noticed, like I said, when you hand tighten it, it does come loose after a couple swings. One way to prevent that, if you have a multi-tool, is tighten it right here. If you tighten it down right here, you have a much less chance of actually coming loose. Got a nice snug on there, and it shouldn't go loose. Now I'm going to do some chopping, and I'll put this post in the ground. Alright, so I found a good spot for my steak. So I'm going to use the axe to put a notch right here. And like I said, this notch lets me nest against the bottom foundation beam better. And that way when I go up, I'm not sticking too far out for the other sticks. So the axe worked really good chopping, stayed sturdy, and like I said, stayed tight with where you tighten up back there. Now, if you had to hand tighten it, it's not that bad. Sometimes you have to tighten it up every couple swings or so often, but it's still not that bad if you had to hand tighten and you didn't have a multi-tool with you. So it would still work. And like I said, it's really nice. You can actually choke up on it and do some fine work, even with on the handle. But now we're going to use the hammer end. And see, I got the notch put in the wood. And I'm just going to pound this down and see if it can pound it down. One thing that's kind of a pro and a con is it's lightweight as a pro, but as a con, you kind of sometimes you need that heavy weight to get a good seat on this, or a good hit. So we'll see how it does. All right, we got our second pole in place. The Clicker-Clack axe worked perfect. Held up good. I was able to chop with it. I was able to pound the pole down with it. It's got a lot of multi-tools in it. It's a pretty awesome axe. But let's start building the shelter up, see if we can get this wall done. All right, so I got a good portion of the wall done. A lot of the time is really just processing the wood and finding good pieces of wood to do it with. So I had it all pre-processed and was able to lay this out pretty good. Now I gotta reinforce the structure a little bit because this pole is sticking out a little bit further than I wanted to. Maybe I can tie some down with paracord and keep it tight. But other than that, it's time to take a look at that backpack. All right, I got the wall reinforced, but I want to clean this up. I'm gonna use the Silky XL 240 to rip through this real quick, because when I want to build this wall, I don't want this stuff interfering, so I'm gonna cut this off. All right, it's time to take a look at this backpack. So it's a Teton Sports. I'll kind of give it the top view first. So first of all, the material, it rained last night and this got pretty wet, but everything inside was fine. So the material is very water resistant, which is a huge bonus, and very durable. You know, it's ripstop. All the seams got a nice sew on them. It's got the normal top hoop up here, and it's got a little top quick access back zipper right here. And I keep my headlamp, my neck knife, and anything quick like battery backup up top. And then it has a couple of cinches right here where you can actually put, I put my tripod right here because I have a bulky tripod and I can't fit it where there. I'll show you a spot where the axe can go or the tripod. But you can put your sleeping pad up here, anything. I mean, it's adjustable, very cool. And then you have your front, actually unbuckles and opens up, and there's another pouch inside here. It's another quick access. You know, I got some coffee, sharpener, rod, and striker. So really cool there. And then top actually has two openings, so you can open it up. It's 65 liters, so there's a ton of room in there. Has a room for the like a water bag and a hole that comes from up through there. You can actually tighten this up. And then there's another one right here to tighten up. And then you can bring your top over. Now I'll just lay it down and show some of the features. So in the front, it has this mesh Velcro pouch. And then it has more loops right here you can affix stuff. So I got my gloves with a carabiner affixed here. Here's another spot where you can put another sleeping pad or clothes or anything like that, adjustable straps. You can also hook more things with the carabiners or ties to this. There's a rain cover built into the bottom, so if it gets really bad, you can actually just pull this out, and it's actually tied to the bag. So you pull it out, wrap it over your bag if it's raining real bad. Like I said, the material is pretty water resistant because nothing got wet, even the downpour last night. So it's the Explorer 4000. It's 4,000 cubic inches, again, or 65 liters. So it's a huge bag. Down here is where you're supposed to put your sleeping bag. I do not. I actually put my cookware down here. Just put the heavy stuff down. Like I said, I'm still learning how to pack this and what the best way to pack is. I do not pack lightweight. I'm learning, trying to adjust, but I like to have a lot of stuff with me. The pack itself, with nothing else, weighs 5 pounds. So it is pretty heavy, but it's also really big and offers a lot of options, right? I want to be able to do a day trip. I want to be able to do a week trip. In the wintertime, when the clothes, you might have to get winter clothes, and that takes more, more room. Say that this zipper is a little bit sticky, and it's because it's impacting on this. Another feature, you can actually take everything out of this pouch, unzip the inside, and it opens up to the whole backpack as it. Right now, it's a separate chamber. So when I open this up, there's a wall right here. But I can take that wall out and make it so it's all the way down. But again, that would mean I'd have to put all my cookware at the bottom and have to dig every time I needed it. So I got this setup like there. It may not be the best setup. It's how I like it, and I'm still working with it. Okay, on this side, we have a pouch for your water bag or your water bottle. One thing I noticed, and I'll show you on the other side, if you put stuff, you fill a pouch here, then it's hard to get a water bottle in here or whatever you're trying to put in here. So it's one thing that could be adjusted. The cool thing about these pockets, now the side pocket right here, is actually you can put an axe or a tripod through there, or hiking poles. So that's really cool that you can, you know, it's a pouch, it's seamed on the sides, but it really holds up. And then this pocket actually has like a rain cover itself, so water's just going to fall off through. The zippers seem to work really well. Show the back real quick. So the padding is extremely comfortable. It's very thick padding on the belt. These are adjustable belts on both sides. You can adjust, tighten it up. So I've done some hiking with it, but not a ton, so I'm going to continue to review and see how it holds up. The back is actually fully adjustable, so you can just un-Velcro this and move it up and down on these straps right here. The sides, again, right here, there's a nice airflow, so when I was hiking in like hotter climate, sweating or anything like that, it actually helps because it cools down. There's no airflow down here really, but there's a nice channel right there. Then there's these straps right here, so you can adjust your load where you want it to sit on your shoulders just by, you know, releasing it. And then if you want to tighten it up and carry, like if you've got heavier portions or stuff on top, you can actually cinch it tighter so the load's closer or more aligned with your back, trying to make it more comfortable for you. So let's look at the other side. All right, so this side, one cool thing is I got my Clacker-Clacks axe right here, and then you can kind of cinch it tight right here, and then again I have it going through my pockets. Both these pockets are the same thing. These pockets are actually seamed, like they got like a little rubber flap on them, so when you go to zip them up, they seal up pretty good. That's really cool. I got like my fire in this one and my first aid and hygiene in this one. But here's one downfall. See how I got my Stanley Cup? It comes out pretty easily, but when you try to get it back in, if your pack is full, it fights you. And like if this pocket's full right here, you kind of got to fight it. And this isn't the size of a bottle. This is actually kind of smaller. Because if a bottle, it's going to be like this tall, and that's why it kind of impacts on the side. Anytime I had a bottle, it was like kicked out like this. So I probably would find a different means of water support and put something else in these pockets. But overall, this backpack is awesome. Lots of room, lots of options. It's great for a beginner like me to explore and see what the best options and how to carry stuff. But I'm still learning. But it offers me the ability to carry as much as I want with the sacrifice of carrying too much weight. So I got to work on better getting a more efficient pack. So I just want to take a little time and just show, you know, some of the features it had and, you know, how I like it. I really enjoy it, and I want to continue to use it and see how it holds up, and if I continue to like it or if I find something better. So overall, not a bad pack at all, and I'm excited to continue to use it. So final thoughts on the products I reviewed during the overnight and working on the shelter. Start off with breakfast. The hot peanut butter and raisin oatmeal cereal, that was actually really good. It reminded me of a peanut butter and jelly, and it worked out great. It was very hearty breakfast, but the all-star was definitely having biscuits and gravy. Having the country gravy mix, so good. It was really easy, just add 4 ounces of water, hot, boiling water, and I had that 2011 MRE biscuit. That was awesome. That was a great breakfast. Now, the Clacker-Clacks multi-tool hatchet. This thing is pretty awesome. You can do a lot with this thing. Just the hatchet itself without the handle. You can do all kinds of multi-tool functions. The chopping works great. The hammering works great. I mean, I was able to work on the shelter and no problem. It worked out really good. So I'll definitely be keeping this around as my main and using it to continue building my shelter. I did get the third wall done. Got it reinforced, so making good progress. Now to the backpack. Now I haven't got a ton of use on this yet. I went down in Kentucky, I did that hike, Red River Gorge, did some hiking locally. Nothing too major, but I want to continue to get to use on it. And this is the Teton Explorer 4000 65-liter backpack. I really enjoy it right now. It's like one of my first backpacks, except for Old Trusty, the purple one. But I still, like I said, I want to still explore with it. I still want to continue to use it, because that's where you really find, you know, certain things you really enjoy or certain things you really don't. But from what I've experienced so far, this backpack's pretty awesome. All links are down below if you want to check out some of the items and pick them up. But other than that, I'm just having a blast out here. It did rain last night, but it doesn't matter. It's a little air conditioning out in this hot weather. At least it's kind of overcast and cool today, so it's a pretty nice day. Going to continue to work on this shelter, and we'll see you next time. So thanks for watching. Have a great day.